In 2000, the total population of Guatemala was 11,735,894 inhabitants. And in 2023, it would have risen to 18,092,026, which represents an increase of 54.2%. Regarding the demographic profile of the country, in 2023, the population over 65 years of age represented 4.9% of the total. Likewise, in 2023, a ratio of 102.1 women for every 100 men and 15.5 elderly people, 65 years or older, for every 100 children under 15 years of age was reached. Regarding life expectancy at birth, for 2023, it was 70.2 years, a figure lower than the average for the region of the Americas. The situation of children in Guatemala is not good. The country has a 3.4% infant mortality rate. The main problem is chronic malnutrition. The main causes of infant mortality are pneumonia and acute diarrheal diseases, and 54% of these diseases are associated with some degree of malnutrition. It is the basic problem of childhood, which brings many consequences and perpetuates the entire cycle of poverty. School dropout is very high and is largely not due to a lack of opportunities, but to the consequences of malnutrition itself. It reduces children's ability to concentrate and they end up dropping out of school. In Guatemala, 49.8% of children suffer from chronic malnutrition. That is, 1 in 2. It is the first place in Latin America and the 6th in the world in terms of child malnutrition. How is Life in the Spirit working in Guatemala to solve the problem of malnutrition and health? What actions are being carried out? In order to contribute to the solution of the problem, the Life in the Spirit team has focused mainly on the preventive part. It must be clear that malnutrition, and especially chronic malnutrition, is preventable and treatable. Efforts have focused on supporting preventive actions and monitoring growth and providing primary medical care in targeted villages. We are also addressing the issue of micronutrient supplements, since 40% of children under 5 years of age have anemia. We are also addressing maternal education, since data indicate that exclusive breastfeeding is not working as it should. There is data showing that only 50% of children under 6 months of age are exclusively breastfed, and there is a lot of work to be done there, as well as in complementary feeding, so that it is started appropriately from 6 months. How does child malnutrition affect Guatemala? It is a very serious problem for the country. The analogy is that acute malnutrition is a death sentence, but chronic malnutrition is a life sentence, because it means that the child will not have a proper future, will not have opportunities for study or employment, and will not be a productive adult. This affects development enormously. We will not be able to stop being a developing country if the malnutrition situation is not resolved. Guatemala loses more than $3 billion annually due to malnutrition. Furthermore, if the cycle is not broken, it is transmitted from generation to generation. A malnourished mother will give birth to a malnourished child, and if the child does not have adequate nutrition in the first 2 years of life, he will have many difficulties. He will be short, his IQ will not develop equally, the child can lose up to 40% of his potential neurons. He will have many attention problems, and most likely he will drop out of school, which also reduces job opportunities. On this occasion, we will be bringing a team of doctors, nurses, food security and nutrition professionals, water, sanitation and hygiene, nursing and pharmacy assistants who will support the populations in the targeted villages through health brigades focused on children, pregnant and lactating mothers mainly. In addition to this, we will develop an evangelism plan to offer salvation in Christ Jesus to all attendees in the different locations. We need your support, because we want to benefit more than 3,000 people with primary medical care, supply of medicines, support in food and nutritional security, training in water, sanitation and hygiene, among others. We cannot do it alone. We need you. You can make your donations through PayPal in the account at Pastor Alex Diaz below in the description. We leave you a link to facilitate the process of your donation.